So my name is Kevin Lewis. I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia. Go Bulldogs, go Braves. And I've been here in Louisville for 4 years. I just retired from the Army. This was my last duty station. And as I was transitioning from the Army, I participated in a senior leader internship program where I got my securities licenses and of course my health and life license. And as I was sitting at home waiting to retire, I got a call. I did my first interview with Mike. That's how I joined the family. I was an engineer officer. I retired at the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. I've been all over the world. I've done 4 deployments, 2 to Iraq, 2 to Afghanistan. I made it back safely, thank goodness. I went to the Jackson State University, Mississippi's urban university in Jackson, Mississippi, home of the sonic boom of the South. I majored in computer science and I have not used my degree at all since I got it. Eventually the Army got me a engineering degree from the University of Missouri as well.
What made you think that you can go into sales?
I did not think I could go into sales. Like I said, I got my securities licenses and I was going to be a broker. And I interviewed with Morgan Stanley, Northwest Mutual, Edward Jones. I did 5 of the big name companies, and I thought I was going to go sit behind a desk and do securities trading. And I knew that I had been outdoors for the Army for 20 years and it was going to be a big change for me sitting behind a desk. I wasn't looking forward to it. Everybody, when I went to interview, looked miserable. Everybody looked like they were in a rat race. And it didn't look fun, but I didn't know what else to do. I just wanted to do something different and make a difference, something in finance. But when I got the call from Mike, he didn't tell me it was a sales job. We talked about life, we talked about a bunch of stuff. And he said, hey man, you can run your own business with us. And I was like, oh, that sounds attractive because I already have a bow tie business. And so after the first couple conversations with Mike, I said, okay, I'll give you a try. I'll give you 3 months. And that was October, November, December. And I said, I'll give
last year?
Yes, of 2021.
So very new.
Brand new. And I said, I'll give you 3 months. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna go work for one of the firms that I interviewed with. And after the first month, after October, I said, oh no, see you later, First Command. I called him and told him I wouldn't be signing a contract. I'm staying here with Mike. And then after December, I said, I'll never work another job. The people. And I don't say that loosely. Mike cared about me as a person before he cared about how much money I could make. And Mike had no idea that I was going to be successful as an agent. You know, we bonded as individuals and as people first and as humans, then we got into the business side. Then, once I decided I was going to go into the business and I decided to make this full time, I said, all right, Mike, whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do. And he said, all right, I want you to go to Fall Summit. Now, I met Mike at the end of August. I had surgery in September, so I was out all of September. So the first week of October, he said, I want you to go to Fall Summit. So I went to Fall Summit in North Carolina. Did not know anybody. And he said, just make friends. First person I met was Terry Edwards. Second person I met was Marcus Richardson. And the third person I met was Gina Hawks. And all 3 of those people have poured into me more than I could repay them. None of them benefited financially from helping me, and all of them answer the phone every time I call.
So you had your best income month last month.
I
Tell
did.
us about that.
It's ridiculous.
A big smile on that face.
It's ridiculous. Following everything that Mike and Noel have told me to do, that model works. So backing it up, October was my first full month working. I did about 8,000 issue paid, and I thought that was amazing. Well, November, I did 21,000 issue paid. December, I did 18,500. January, I did 18,000 issue paid. And I thought that was freaking ridiculous. And then in March, I did 49,900, almost 50,000, almost. But I did 49,900 issue paid, and I took home 30,000 in my bank account. If you would have told me 6 months ago I'll be able to make $30,000 in 1 month, I'd have told you you're out of your mind. It is just utterly ridiculous. And I'm not doing anything special. I'm following the model. I'm picking up the phone, I'm dialing, I'm setting an appointment, telling all my friends and family about the opportunities that I've had. Once I book the appointment, I sit with the client, I find a need, and I fill the need. That's it. That's the formula, and that's what I've been following since day one. So I was very careful. Once I first got started, I heard a lot about Megan Wood. And I immediately saw that Megan Wood is the Michael Jordan of this business. Like, she is the GOAT. And it's ridiculous, but I went up to Indianapolis and I spent the day with her. and just to see how efficient she is and how she works, it set the bar really high. But what I have come to realize is that if you follow the system, it works. And you can be scared of commission, but you know, the age-old saying, scared money don't make money. And the flexibility I have and the fact that I own my own business, I have my own brand, although the Alliance provides the corporate structure, when I'm in front of the client, I'm my own CEO. And that flexibility and that freedom is one big piece of it. The other big piece of it is if I was working a 9-to-5 or any other job, I wouldn't have the ability to create overrides and renewals to where I'm making money without working. I've never had that opportunity before. So when you say, you know, I'm scared of commissions, or if an agent says, hey, I don't know if I can do this, well, I don't know that I can't. For me, I'm not a salesman. I'm not good at sales. I'm good at talking to people. I'm good at telling my story and listening to their story. If you can do those two things, you can be successful in this business. I think as important it is to understand what you have to do, I think it's also important to understand what you should not do. What you should not do is go and try to learn every product. You should not try to become a subject matter expert. What you should do is listen to the guidance provided to you by your upline. You should, when I say I started and I said whatever Mike tells me to do, I'm gonna do. Mike gave me 100 leads and they had to be 6, 7 years old. And he said, I want you to sit down and dial. And I dialed probably for 5 or 6 hours until I had enough appointments for the next 2 days. And I went and I ran those appointments. My first appointment that I ran, I made a sale, and I didn't make a sale the rest of the week. But it was important for me to see the power that was in front of me. And what I did do was I dialed. When I didn't make connects, I called Mike. I called Mike so much my first month. I thought I was an anomaly until I talked to other agents and they're like, no, I called him just the same. But I probably called Mike 100 times my first month, like probably more than that. Probably 7 or 8 times a day. When I was with a client, I called him 4 or 5 times. I made mistakes on applications. As I look back on my first month, I was absolutely terrible. But I still made a pretty good living doing it. So to new agents, I would say, I sucked. I've only been doing this for a few months and I was terrible my first couple months, and I'm still not that good. I still call Mike all the time. I still reach out. I am not an expert in anything that I'm doing, but what I am good at is talking to people. And so if you can talk to somebody, then you can make a sale. Because all you have to do is listen to that person, call your upline, and know how to write an application. Everything else will handle itself. Yes, I am so grateful. I have an attitude of gratitude for what the Alliance has provided me. I try to live a life that reflects my belief in Christ, and it is powerful for me to get among people who have the same beliefs, even if you're a different religion, but the same beliefs that we are here to do good. And in the Alliance, I have been given the opportunity to help people and do good. And that's what I believe I've been put on this earth for. And so I am just happy to have this opportunity. I thank God every day. And then on top of all that, I'm getting paid a lot of money to do it. So you got this. Thank you.